Welcome to the After Spin, opinions from thought makers across North Carolina. I want to ask Becki Gray and Chris Fitzsimon, patients across the nation are receiving surprise medical bills. Generally, due to medical service that's been provided by doctors that are not in the network approved by their insurance companies. Now, my question is, should patients be informed in advance of these out-of-network charges? Should insurance companies be forced to open their networks to legitimate doctors? What needs to happen to curtail these large surprise medical bills? Becki?
Well, I think transparency is the key to this, and I absolutely think that patients not only should be told that whatever the service they're going to get is going to be out of network, they ought to be told what that means, what the extra cost is, those kind of things. So that's the reason, one of the reasons why the healthcare costs in this country are out of control is there is no transparency. Nobody knows what it costs. So this surprise billing is a real issue. It's a good place to start. It's not going to solve the problem completely, but the more transparency that we have, the better.
Well, how did this come up, Chris? Because this is a relatively recent phenomenon. I had a surgery last year. I got the bill, and I found out there was a $3,000 anesthesia bill because the anesthesiologist wasn't in my network.
Right.
I didn't know anything about it.
Right. I think I'm all for transparency. The problem is, what do you? And I believe that you ought to know if your doctor's not in network. You ought to know what it's going to cost. The problem is, what if you need a treatment? You know it's going to cost a lot, and you don't have the money. What do you do?
Well, when I'm on the operating table, it's a little late to be telling me.
Well, that's right. Yeah. But my point, there's a case recently in the country. Somebody thought they might have the coronavirus. They called up, and the test was going to cost them $3,270, and they didn't have health insurance. So what do we do as a society? Sometimes surgery is elective. A lot of times it's not. And it's like, so in some ways, we're caught in a pickle here. Healthcare is not like any other product. You can put off buying another coat. You can make your car last longer. If you need life-saving surgery, if you need a test for a disease that could be fatal, this is what's so confusing about healthcare. It's unlike any other service.
This is a relatively recent phenomenon, though. I mean, it used to be that if you were an accredited physician, the insurance company paid for that service. Well, now they're saying they have networks that they
work with individual doctors. That's right. They have a relationship with doctors, and not all the doctors are in their services.
Hence the problem. And, if we're going to lower the cost of health care so that people can afford it, so they can afford to buy health insurance and what meets their needs best, we're going to have to address the cost and transparency. And how can we do it if we don't know what the costs are?
Yeah. I'm like the fellow said, I'm mad as hell, but I don't know who to be mad at. And am I mad at the hospital? Am I mad at the doctor? Am I mad at the insurance company? Who am I mad at?
And, to your point, too, you're often at your most vulnerable. When you or a loved one are going in for surgery, and then all of a sudden, you get these surprises, or you don't, or, you're laying on the table and somebody comes in and says, well,
by the way, I've given you the happy juice, right, but I'm not in that work.
Yeah, and so, what do you say? Well, I can't afford the happy juice, so, I won't have any today.
Oh, what a mess. Well, thank you for watching the After Spin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.